Welcome back to Crypto Shockwave, the channel where we break down the biggest stories in the XRP world and give you the analysis that actually matters for your portfolio. 71%. That is how far XRP has fallen from its January peak of $2.42. 71%. And yesterday, June the 7th, one of the most respected trading experts on the planet, Bob Loukas, posted a warning that sent shockwaves through the entire XRP community. He said XRP could fall another 50% from here. Another 50%. On top of the 71% it has already fallen. That would put XRP at 56 cents. 56 cents. And right now, every XRP holder on the planet is asking one question. Is Bob Loukas right? Or is this the biggest buying opportunity of the entire cycle? Today I'm going to give you both sides. Every number, every signal, every data point, and then you decide. Stay with me, because the next 7 days will determine everything. So let us start with what Bob Loukas actually said, because the headlines are not giving you the full picture. On June the 7th, Bob Loukas posted his analysis on X. He looked at the drawdowns across every major digital asset in the current cycle. Ethereum down 69%, XRP down 71%, Litecoin down 72%, Solana down 79%, Cardano down 88%, and Avalanche down 90%. He said every single one of these assets is way oversold, due for a bounce. But he also warned they all potentially have up to 50% more decline left in them this year. 50%. His exact words were, way oversold, due a bounce, but all potentially have up to 50% declines left in them this year. That is not a crash prediction. That is a warning. And there is a critical difference between the two. But wait, because here's what most people are not understanding about Loukas's warning. He is not saying XRP will definitely fall 50% more. He is saying the risk exists. And here is the context that changes everything. Bob Loukas is a cycle trader. He analyzes 4-year digital asset cycles. And right now, he says we are inside the worst drawdown phase of the 2022 to 2026 cycle. June of 2026, he says, continues the worst monthly streak for XRP in several years. And RSI indicators are confirming his thesis. Bullish divergences, strong seller exhaustion, the same conditions that preceded every major XRP recovery in history. Bob Loukas himself said, a technical rebound is inevitable. Inevitable. His warning is about the size of the bounce, not whether it happens. Now let me give you the number that makes Loukas's warning even more powerful. XRP's RSI is at 27.55 on the monthly chart. 27. That is the 4th time in 13 years XRP has hit this level. 2014, 2017, 2022, and now 2026. The first 3 times XRP hit this RSI level, it did not fall 50% more. It launched 340%, 60,000%, and then the base for the next bull cycle, 3 times out of 3. The monthly RSI oversold zone was the bottom, not a warning sign, the bottom. Stop right there, because I need to show you something that Loukas himself did not mention, and it is the most important data point of this entire video. While Bob Loukas was posting his warning on June the 7th, something else was happening, quietly. While XRP sat at $1.12, while fear and greed was at extreme fear. XRP-focused funds pulled in $132 million in May alone. $132 million, the strongest month of the year. 0 outflow days in the entire month of May. And exchange liquidity for XRP just hit multi-year lows. What does multi-year low liquidity mean? It means the XRP sitting on exchanges is at its lowest level in years, less supply available to sell, while institutions are buying $132 million worth every month. When supply goes down and demand goes up, you know what happens next. But wait, because there is a second warning sign that Loukas missed, and it is the most powerful counter-argument to his 50% decline thesis. The Clarity Act Senate floor vote is now 7 days away. 7 days. June the 15th to June the 18th is the confirmed window. And here's what the data shows about what happens to XRP when Clarity Act milestones are reached. May the 14th, Senate Banking Committee vote. XRP jumped from $1.20 to $1.54, 28%. in hours. That was just a committee vote. The full Senate floor vote is 7 days away. What does a full Senate passage do to XRP price? If the historical pattern holds, the answer is not 50% down. The answer is the opposite direction entirely. Now let us be completely honest, because I always give you both sides. The bear case from Loukas deserves serious respect, and here is why. Bitcoin dropped to $60,000 on June the 6th, its lowest level of 2026. $1.75 billion in leveraged positions wiped out. 351,000 traders liquidated in a single day. Bitcoin is now 51% below its all-time high of $126,200. The broader macro environment is brutal. Sticky inflation, Federal Reserve uncertainty, dollar strength. These are not small headwinds. And here's the uncomfortable truth about the Clarity Act. Polymarket currently prices its chances of passing in 2026 at 55%. That means 45% chance it does not pass this year. Senator Cynthia Lummis herself warned that if the August recess arrives without a vote, this bill may not come back until 2030. If Loukas is right about macro weakness and the Clarity Act stalls, 56 cents is not impossible. You must respect that risk. But here is the reframe. Bob Loukas himself used one word that the bears are ignoring: inevitable. A technical rebound is inevitable. His debate is only about whether XRP bounces and then falls further, or bounces and holds. The Clarity Act is the variable that determines which of those two paths XRP takes. Smart money does not wait for certainty. Smart money positions before certainty arrives, because by the time certainty arrives, the price has already moved. So what are the 3 signals you must watch in the next 7 days? Signal 1. Watch the Clarity Act Senate floor vote announcement from Majority Leader John Thune. The moment a floor vote date is officially confirmed, XRP will move before the vote happens, just like it moved 28% before the committee vote result was even announced. If you wait for the vote itself, you will already be watching from the outside. Signal 2. Watch XRP at the $1.20 level. Bob Loukas's bounce thesis requires XRP to hold above this level on a daily close. A daily close above $1.20 with recovering volume means the bounce has begun. A daily close below $1.12 on heavy volume means Loukas's 50% warning becomes the active scenario. This one price level tells you everything in the next 7 days. Signal 3. Watch daily XRP ETF inflow numbers. 132 million in May was the institutional signal. If daily inflows stay above 10 million during this crash, institutions are accumulating at the bottom. If inflows turn negative for 3 consecutive days, the institutional bid has left, and Loukas's worst-case scenario accelerates. Let me bring this home for you now. 71% drawdown. Bob Loukas warning of 50% more decline possible, but also saying a bounce is inevitable. Monthly RSI at 27.55, the same level that preceded every major XRP rally in 13 years. 132 million institutional dollars in May alone. Multi-year low exchange liquidity. And the Clarity Act Senate floor vote 7 days away. Bob Loukas may be right about the risk, but the data says the Clarity Act changes everything. And right now, those two forces are on a collision course. And the winner of that collision will be decided in the next 7 days. Patience is not waiting. It is knowing what you are waiting for. And right now, the entire XRP community is waiting for the same 7-day window, June 15th to June 18th. If this video gave you the clarity you needed, hit that like button right now. And share this with one XRP holder who saw Loukas's warning and is panicking right now, because they need to see the other side of this data before June 15th. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications, because the next video we are dropping could be the most important one you ever watch. Stay wise. Stay positioned. I will see you in the next one.